You sailed away and left me with nothing to say. You already knew I would come searching anyway. So I sailed across the sea to see if you were there waiting for me, but you were not. So I sailed back with a broken heart. I waited till 3 to see if you would come looking for me, but you did not. So I fell asleep with a broken heart.
T-Bone and
Christy.
and we got Minister Sean over there on the Zoomaloom thing.
Zoomaloom?
Yeah.
Zoomaloom?
Coming in live from the Pendervilles. I was saying Teddy
in the
Pendergrass,
grass?
sorry. I was having a Teddy
Where's he
Pendergrass
at?
moment.
What are you doing over there, Sean?
Turn out the light.
I won't bring
Love
him back
Teddy.
home.
We love Teddy Pendergrass. Listen, this is the Recovery Room, and if you have not joined our family on Facebook yet, please do. Just go to your search bar, type in the Recovery Room, that little dude in the bed, which we called Smitty. What do we call him?
Well, I started to call him Steve because that's
Steve.
that's
Oh,
her-
there's. Speaking of Steve,
Well,
need
that's
some
her-
coverage.
She has my daughter's very cool leopard gecko is Steve. So So I started calling
So
Steve.
anyway, that'll come up and there's a join button. I mean, I've sent all you guys out there a invite to join anyway, but there's some good stuff on there. Chrissy said today, wow, the site is really
we're
going up and people are
bombing today.
putting really cool stuff on there, and
And-
want you to be one of them.
And joining and working on my Nubians, and even like today, reaching out to people I didn't know were going through this struggle.
Yeah.
And actually one of my old bosses or supervisors today showed me like an OD picture today, and he's still got some room to go.
Hey, I got company. I got to step off for a second.
Okay. Yeah.
But it just people you don't know that are going through things, and he said thank you for the invite, and he joined the recovery room, and just you don't know what you don't know.
No.
And
No.
oh,
And I mean, you know, and the forestated purpose of this whole thing anyway is just to find, you know, we've been doing this long enough to understand and know that we can't help everybody, you know. We can't help anybody for that matter. Certainly can't help everybody, but for that person that is ready to make the commitment themselves, if they've already made that choice and just need a little bit of hope, you know, because we're hope dealers around here. I used to be a hopeless dope fiend, but now I'm a dopeless hope fiend and hope dealer. And so just hoping that maybe you pan through and catch us here doing this.
Not
Oh,
that
Sean.
door.
I
Watch
was
that
like,
door.
I'm like, wait a minute. I saw a door open and I panicked. But it's Sean coming back in. Anyway, you know, and hope you know, hopefully you can pass through here. Here's something that we say on here, because I just saw Chrissy before, you know, like we do all the time before the show, praying for you guys and praying for maybe the right word to say, such that one person that is surfing, streaming, whatever this stuff is, this technological mumbo jumbo, might stop and find and see some people who are them, because that's who we are. I mean, we're not, don't claim to be experts, don't claim to be specialists, analysts, you know,
It's
pianists.
what?
Well, anyway, don't let that throw you off, honey. Anyway, no, but just some addicts, just some people who've been
It's all work.
where you are.
It's
you know?
all work, and once you get there and you're ready, the work is not that extreme, but once you're there, you can do it.
Yeah, just gotta make that decision.
Yeah, I've been like exhausted, tired the last days. I'm gonna keep talking about it because I look like crap, but I'm tired. But it's still the work, and there's still what I told you this morning is that today has to be better than yesterday, and you have to keep doing it. And you just have to learn that now you can do it, and you have to keep moving forward.
What you
Be
really gotta
tired,
do
but
is
you
not
can.
pick up.
And
What you really gotta do is not pick up the drug, guys and girls. I mean, seriously. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter about all the work and all the psychological stuff and all the rest of that stuff. At the end of the day, you gotta say no to the drug. And I know that sounds simple, like Nancy Reagan or some crap, but just say no. I don't mean like that. I mean, say no to those triggers that you run across every day. Say no to those relationships that are those that trigger in you the desire. Say no to those situations and those places, all the stuff, the people, places, and things. Say no to those things first.
Or a lot of people in mental illness they will tell you the disassociation is wrong, but there are certain subjects and matters you have to disassociate yourself with, whether they're triggers or past or people, places, playmates, playgrounds. You have to disassociate. You have to back up. You have to stop.
There you go.
You have
You
to.
know, all the
some of-
therapies and all those things that's good, and some of them will come in handy to you later on down the road. But the first part of this whole scenario, the easiest part of this whole scenario, the part that is the most essential is for you to say in your mind, today I'm gonna make this decision. I'm doing. As a matter of fact, right now, it's like right now I made up my mind that right now, today,
Day
it's gonna be
one.
the first day. And
Day
when
one,
and then
day
when I
one.
look down the road, and I have 3-4 years, and you can remember that first day. That first day you made that decision and you stuck to it. You know, because nobody has 4 years, 5 years without that first day, without that first month, without that first year. You know what I mean? It's a time thing. And the more that you say no, every time that you say no, it gets easier to say no the next time. Were you trying to say something? Or is it stuck in your mouth? Let it go.
Let it go.
Let it go.
Roll with it. I was saying day one or day one. Your day one is a day one, and you got to start today to have next month. You want to pick a white chip today. I don't do meetings or count days, and no offense to whatever, but day one, pick up this, but you got to start today to be down the road to be there tomorrow, and tomorrow be better than today if you start today. A day one's day one.
Yeah, no, I mean, and again, when you get to that point where you're looking at that person and you're saying to yourself, man, you hear that they've got 3 years, whatever that number is, and you say, wow, man, I wish I had 3 years. Well, stick around. Stick around. Stay away from those things that cause you to pick up. Stay away from your dope boy or girl or whatever it is. Stay away from those situations, man. It is a behavioral thing, and it's not like, as far as I'm concerned, this is one man's opinion. It's an opinion. I'm not trying to force anything down anybody's throat. But for me, my reality is on. It is not about changing some stuff. People, I gotta change some stuff. No, you ain't gotta change some stuff. You gotta change everything. It's gotta be a transformation. It's gotta be what it turns out being, right? You see these before and after pictures, right? You see these people that have decided to go down that meth train and all that, and they got the sores on their faces and whatever, and you got these people that have shot so much dope that their arms and their hands and all are screwed up. And so you got that before, and then you see that after. You see that person that has made that commitment and see the transformation physically, but that transformation physically starts inside, an internal transformation. We like to call it internal intellectual re-engineering. Ha!
And I know as we talk about behavior change or the medically assisted treatment program, it took me on the MAP program to get that behavior change, because it is a mental, you have to re-engineer your entire from here to here. It's a self-searching process, and mine I found with behavior change through the MAP program. And I don't know what it is it's a total behavior, mind rejuvenation.
Rejuvenation.
I'm trying to look for the word.
You've been
I'm
calling
trying to
it.
think about it.
We've been calling it recovery for so long now, and we've decided that it's more like discovery. It's more like finding those things that you have missed, that your addiction has taken you down a path where you've missed all these things, and you get a chance to discover them and find them and appreciate them for the first time, at least it may be ever, but definitely in a long time. Because those things become normal. Your normal becomes those things that you do, that you run up and down the street every day to do to support your habit. Whether it's, hit somebody upside the head, or scheme somebody, or steal something from somebody, whatever the case might be. That's had become the bane of your existence. And so to go from that to being that person that is available for their children, that person that can't hold a 9 to 5 or whatever. You know, that's the goal. You know, and if we ever make it seem like we're trying to say it's easy, no.
Fight for your life
It's the
every
toughest
single
thing you're
day.
gonna ever do.
Every day. you
And that's
fight
why I
for
say
that.
you're all miracles.
I got a message from somebody that wrote, I am only at 4 days, and I understand the feeling like that. Only in there is necessary, but I promise that nobody who made it a year or a month or a week did without doing those 4 days first.
That's
Count
the
your
reality.
minutes, count your days, count your...
Count. You know
Keep
what? Forget
fighting.
about all that. Count all the times you say no. You know, keep a count of the times that you say no. You know, because the days are going to take care of themselves. The hours and minutes and all that, they're going to take care of themselves. And one thing you know as you get older, time flies, man. I say it to you every time we get to the beginning of a month. I said at the beginning of this month, I said, look, you're going to look up and August is going to be over.
No.
Well, guess what? We're in the third quarter of whatever it is.
I'm pretty sure we were here
Fourth.
Tuesday and it was like July 3rd.
Yeah,
Here.
felt like it, but now, you know, so the time flies, and so the topic for today is It's Time, chosen by Steve.
This guy.
Is Sean back? Well, let put this up for me, please.
It's not like this. Going and...
Hold on.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know it was up that
Don't
fast.
wait for everything to be perfect before you decide to enjoy your life. And you see this picture is so perfect, right? Because there's a guy, a girl, or whatever it is, and sitting there and contemplating. Look at what they're looking at. They're looking out into this big, old, vast world of opportunities.
Skylines, the limits.
Skylines and
scope.
people on top of people and opportunity on top of opportunity and life that is passing you by when you're sitting there on the edge. Okay? Get off the edge, man. Come on back.
Come on back.
Come on back. You know, you need a little push, a little help. We love to help you. You know, you can call us. What's the number? Do we have a number? I just put the Mr.
Don't ask
Producer on the
questions.
spot. Sean's not
So,
back yet.
going in one more round when you don't think you can, that's what makes all the difference in your life. Let's fight
Amen.
for your life. You know,
Amen.
take that last...
Amen. Yeah, the greatest things. Wow,
Thank
where
you,
did this
Don.
come from? The greatest things that have ever happened in the world happened when somebody said, "I'm not gonna quit."
Wait a minute.
Somebody took that next step. Oh, there's that phone number.
It's posted. It's
And I was
on-
looking down here. 941-254-4002. If you're out there and you're within the sound of our voice and you want to call in and talk to us, and you got something on your mind you want to share and talk about, that's the number to call. We'd have to walk way over there to the phone.
Kyla's here.
But one of these days we're going to get a line that reaches all the way over here. Something. We're going to figure that out. But if you got like some kind of burning desire or whatever, let me know.
Let me know.
Let me know. How did this end up being like this?
I don't know.
Sean is still gone, huh?
Kyla, you might need to go to the house and check on Sean. Is it okay?
Anyway, hope you guys have had a decent day at least. I hope that today has been the day that you made that decision.
Everybody, I know you talk about everybody everybody goes to the cemetery with all their, and everybody else goes to the cemetery thinking they were, gonna get clean tomorrow.
Yeah,
You
it's
gotta-
like,
you
yeah,
know,
I'm
you
gonna
gotta come
do
up
it
here
tomorrow.
now. When you picked me up off the bathroom floor, I was going to go to rehab. That didn't work out so well.
It worked out the way it worked out. You're here.
It worked out at that point, but it takes a minute. But
Yeah, no, it's a lifelong process, man. If you heard anything we ever said here on this here program, is that, boy, I tell you what, when you get there, when you get to that point that you're all-encompassing thoughts and desires are about fulfilling your habit, when you can start thinking about other stuff to do, and when you get to that point where it's not even in your thought pattern at all. I mean, as addicts, we're going to always think about it. As an alcoholic, we're always going to think about that last drink or whatever the case might be. It doesn't matter. I mean, it really doesn't matter. One thing you got to do is know that if you continue on this path, it's just going to get better. It's going to be a better life. I know it sounds stupid. Yeah, it's going to get better because I stopped drinking. Well, or it's going to get better because I stopped doing drugs. Yeah, because, right now you kind of think that that's the norm, but it is not. It's not. Absolutely not. So,
And once you find that I don't want to use that word, that new norm.
ooh,
Ugh.
you said it.
But okay, so let me. I'm working on the word tomorrow, so I don't want to use new norm. Just tomorrow. Just work on tomorrow. Work
Yeah,
on.
we'll work on today so that
work on-
tomorrow
work
is
on-
better.
That's what you gotta do.
Yeah, work on
I don't
work
wanna
today
work
to
on-
make tomorrow better.
I don't want to work on the new norm. I can't
Yeah,
use
the
that.
new
I
norm
can't
is
use
weird.
that word again.
Yeah,
So
the
I was
new-
trying to
the
come
new-
up with some. I was working on something.
The new norm is not normal.
No.
The new norm is like they got so many different norms. It's like, but they still ain't got the little ones. Like you still going to the grocery store, right? You still punch in the keypad, don't you? You go to the bank, the ATM machine. You still go and press the ATM buttons. There's all kinds of little stuff that they haven't fit into this new norm that realistically before COVID-19. I mean, we should have known to wash our hands, right? I mean, it, but sometimes things have to come along to teach us to relearn some stuff,
Absolutely.
And this one was designed to show us how we should treat each other, which is what we've been talking about way long before this corona thing come around, because the biggest thing that we're going to do to change this whole thing, it ain't going to be who we put into public office. It's going to be what part of our heart we are working from. You can't serve two masters. I don't care how you slice it.
Oh my
You can be evil, you can be good. I know what is in between. There's some gray area, maybe. It can be kind of nice.
Well, and that's when you say they talk about you either pick your love or you pick your addiction. And he came to me and told me you can't serve two masters. Like you
Right.
either pick, you're either on this train or you're over here. Because even trying to think you're a functional addict, you're really not. The storm is not your own, and you are still wrecking other people.
Yeah.
And you cannot pick this lane and not think that you're swerving in the other. It just doesn't work like that. It's a rough lesson, and you think that you can do it, but it doesn't turn out so nice.
Yeah. Hey, listen, and if nobody's told you that they love you today, let us be the first ones to tell you. And as I always say, it is just not with some kind of little wacky, mushy, like lusty kind of love. It's a love that it's like, it's called agape love. Will you pull this up for me, Don?
It's deep.
Yeah, it's an
Gotcha.
agape love. It's deep. Agape is something of the understanding, creative, redemptive goodwill for all men. It is a love that seeks nothing in return. It is an overflowing love. It's what theologians would call the love of God working in the lives of men. And when you rise to love on this level, you begin to love men not because they are likable, but because God loves them. That's what I'm talking about. And the simplicity of that. I mean, if my world, if I can make my world a little bit better, and then making my little world a little bit better, it spreads over in the Chrissy's world, and it makes Chrissy's world a little bit better, and then Chrissy's feeling a little bit better, and she touches her daughter's life, and it becomes a little bit better. Comes in and says a joyful hi to Don, and Don, is happy and smiles. Presence encourages Steve to, feel
you doing,
good about
Steve?
himself or something that's going on. This is what we are about. We're talking about. You remember that movie? What was it called? They used what was it called? when Denzel Washington and you touch people and you pass this thing to them. God, what was the name of that movie? Yeah, it was COVID-19. No. But anyway, I mean, that's the way. Yeah.
Got that. Don't touch people. Don't.
Anyway.
That's the other show.
Yeah.
Where's Sean?
Yeah. Yeah, he's probably got company that came over or
He had
something.
company.
Okay, well, we're gonna do this in the meantime. Because we have to do this every day, otherwise we have not, would you put this up so she can fix her hair, please? Thank you. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, and fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There's nothing enlightening about shrinking so that others around you won't feel insecure. We were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. And it's not just in some of us, it's in every one of us. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others.
And it's all about everybody, is what it comes down to. And that's what I've learned, especially recently, like on the Tuesdays doing the food deal, is God, you feel great, like just seeing other people happy. Well, I was in the house for a while, I didn't see people for a while, but just to see them happy and to the gratitude and liberate, yes, work for it. Oh.
Yeah, we talk about it, and I told the pastor today, because they like stories about the food giveaway, and I told him, you know, the best part about that food giveaway is that the people who get that box of food are so happy and grateful for it that it is amazing. There's enough gratitude that flows off of these people to go all the way down the chain to the dude he planted that seed at first to get that plant to feed that chicken and all that stuff, down to the people who package it and ship it.
And so then my other question would be like, and it's packed like the day before, it's fresh and here, and I was looking at the date on the box and I'm going, I mean, they're mass producing and feeding people, just, it's very cool.
So Kylie, is this what you did to your mom's hair? What is that?
I'm tired.
Yeah, show us your hair. Anyway, would you switch on? Would you switch off? Come over here, please, Don. Oh, give her a shot at this. Get her off the screen, please. Oh, thank you. Imagine how incredible
You
you'd
heard
be.
that too, did you?
Imagine how incredible you'd be 1 year from now if you stopped fantasizing about your hair being right. If you stopped fantasizing about a better life and started actively
Keep that on. I'm going to replace it.
building one. Let me read it again. Imagine how incredible you'd be 1 year from now if you stopped fantasizing about a better life and started actively building one. Isn't that awesome? Now this is not trick photography, guys. This is not like the Benjamin Buttons or anything. You know, look at her. In a matter of 1 minute, she's gone back in age 20 years. Holy cow! How do we do that? Now that's recovery. Anyway, this is one of our Nubians. You guys know her by now. It's our daughter, Kyla. And she's one of those people that are young and that are at that point in their life where you can go either way, and our hope is that we can make being clean and sober the cool thing these days, being the intellect being cool, being that person that has a purpose in their life, make that being the cool thing, because you know how it is, that peer pressure, you know, we always kind of go after what that in crowd, we used to call it, the in crowd, what that group is doing, and we want to be like them because they seem to be the coolest people, the ones that, but they're usually the ones that end up, you know, I won't, nothing about a low-end job ended up having one, or not having one, but not ended up doing anything of substance. So we want to make chicks like her cool.
Yeah, for sure. And I've never really fit in. I've always been like one of the misfit kids. I've known the popular kids, but like they've never really been in my group, and I'm happy that I've never really associated with them like that, because they've just grown up and their like character, just how they are as a person, is not strong, and like I'd rather have a personality over a material or product anytime.
Yeah, you know what? And that's the, you can do that, Don. You got to go around.
Sorry.
And Christy,
Hi.
I'm sorry, we got guests that are showing up
Building in the
unexpectedly.
Back, there's a back door. Hi.
Wow, this is festive. It's a festive show today. Don,
Yes.
isn't today very festive?
We're just drawing them on the fly.
Oh God, let me see what this one is. So yeah, Kyla, that's a very interesting thought, to have a personality
Hey.
as opposed to a habit.
Yeah.
You know, an identity that is of. You heard him.
And when you were talking about the title of being It's Time, I was thinking at the beginning of the show, if you wake up today and you're unhappy, don't wake up tomorrow and do the same thing. Make the change today, and then tomorrow will be a little bit better. And like tomorrow won't be a little bit better if you don't make that change.
And guess what? Maybe, just maybe, tomorrow won't be that much better, but you still got another opportunity. You know what I mean? Because sometimes we have these expectations for things to sometimes just work out, and sometimes they don't work out the way we want. And that is like one of the triggers, or one of the things that bring a lot of people down, because things didn't work out just the way they wanted to. You know, and listen, I don't know if life is ever going to do that. Sometimes it's going to be better than you wanted. Sometimes it's going to really suck. You know, and this is real life. And see, that's if anything, that's what we got to learn how to deal with life on life's terms. There's an interesting one. Could you put this up for me, Don?
Sure can.
Kylie, could you read that?
Sometimes you have to stop worrying, wondering, and doubting. Have faith that things will work out. Maybe not how you planned, but just how it's meant to be.
Ooh, isn't that kind of what we just said?
Yeah.
Because that's how it is, you know. If you're within the sound of our voice, I don't know if we're transmitting today, or we got people responding today or not. But the thing about it is that nobody is Sean back yet? Sean's still gone. He must have left. Nobody is here by accident. You know. There's no accident that Kyle is sitting here, because the way I feel about it, and this is again one man's opinion, you know, every step you take, every breath you step, every decision you've made, all the things that have happened to your life had led you to be right here, right now. And it's time, that's what it's time is about, because we are right here, right now. What better time than now? You know, make the decision now, and then tomorrow you'll have a day in. You'll have your first day. You know, that coveted first day, which is really an accomplishment. I mean, the first hour is an accomplishment. You know, once you've said no to that urge, probably many times in an hour. Okay, at least 60. you know, probably 120, you know, in that hour, and you said, no, 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 no. You know, you're down the road a little bit, man. And as I said, it ain't gonna never be easy, but it gets easier. That's a Sean is some easier. Oh, look, isn't that cool? Like the fan blowing the thing in the background? It's like cinematic.
Better than blowing my hair all around.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
very cinematic though. I like that.
That's all good.
So Kyla, tell me about this whole school thing. How you feel about this whole school thing?
Regarding what, like?
Regarding whether you go back or whether you do home schooling or the difference between the two, which one you prefer, blah blah blah.
Personally, I don't want to go back to school. I really.
Now,
don't
when you
wanna-
say that, you don't mean because you don't like school, or maybe you do mean it that way, but
I don't want to wake up that early in the morning, and I want to take the classes that I need to, not just to fill a 7-period schedule. And so I'm going to finish my next 2 years of high school in about 5 months, because that's all it takes, and I can do that at home. And I love that is an option, because that's a lot of time that I could spend working or just
already
if it's a
getting your
job,
life
yeah.
together.
I was about to say, whether it's a job or just working on myself, that's
Yeah.
I want to go sit in a classroom, especially not a dirty one.
Yeah, yeah, and so in the middle of the thing, Brady, the truck's over there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so that's an interesting thing. Now, what if I guess they're still gonna have the option of going or not when they say, okay, everybody's back to school. We still have the option to go or not.
Yeah. Well,
We don't know.
you should. Parents should have decided by now whether
Right.
they wanted their kids to go back or not.
And so
but-
what decision they've made is the decision they have to keep now?
Yeah, as of August 24th for my school, it's probably not the same for most schools, but for my school, you have to go back August 24th unless you've already enrolled into another school. And then so I've enrolled into American Homeschool, and so I'm happy to not be going back, but be doing it just at home, like
Right.
book and paper.
Yeah. So do you feel like this is the beginning of a whole brand new schooling system based on COVID and all?
It's definitely going to be different this year. I don't know about like long-term future, but schools, I know some are opening where kids only go 2 or 3 days a week, and so they just have split schedules. Not all the kids are there, but some of the schools, it's just they can't do enough to separate the kids, so it's either going to make the cases go up or just any time when school comes back, the sicknesses come back. Like, they bring it home to their parents and stuff. And that's a little bit worrisome with just any disease, infection.
Yeah, we
Virus,
focus on this one,
yeah.
but there's so much other stuff. When we were growing up, we grew up under a nuclear threat, and of course it still exists today, but it's not the main thing that they're talking about. Is it? Do you feel like you're growing up during a different time, or does it? In your mind, does it feel that way? Is it just is what it is?
I feel like all the people that are like, well, all these teens do is sit on their phones are the people that like made the phones and like invented all of this technology, and like they created this world and then like brought their kids into it, and now they're like, you're lazy. But it's like, we're just living in the
You
world
started
that
this.
Yeah, we're living in the world that
Hello.
you made.
Hello. Oh, say that again. For all you.
We are living in the world that you made.
Wow. I guess we can shut down now. Because that is the biggest truth of the day, isn't it? I mean, and so we also then have to parent that way. Should. I mean, we've created all of this stuff, and then now, yeah, you're gonna now say that the kid is lazy or absorbed or whatever all those other things are. You know, that's what they've grown up in. I know kids these days that okay, obviously you got some kids that were born during the period where the computer was already established. That's all they know. That's all they know. I mean, they can fix a computer, you know. Us old heads trying to figure out how to get into our inbox or something. They done got into the inbox and the outbox and all the rest of the boxes, you know, while we sleep or whatever. So it is a different world. So I'm glad you said that. But the main thing that I'm glad you said is that this is how a young person would feel. I mean, you used to be young, didn't you, Don?
Oh yeah, once upon a time.
And you used to think the same thing, right? This is the world we're living in, and you guys started this. You guys created this. Now you're going to tell me I'm a loser.
It wasn't so drastic a change back in another day.
Yeah, no, it wasn't so drastic. It's really drastic changes. I mean, this technology is so it changes and increases like every day. It used to be every 6 months there was a new iPhone. Now there's a new iPhone every day. What are they up to? The iPhone 260? I got a 6 and it sucks.
I have the 11, and it has too many cameras.
Yeah. Who are all those cameras?
Yeah, I don't need all of these.
Who are all those people? Is there one for the police, one for the government, and one for mom? Yeah, no, it's out of control. I mean, you know, so it's cool though for like filmmakers. You know, you can shoot a whole film on your phone. You know,
Oh, yeah.
Isn't it amazing? Isn't it amazing? I mean, it used to be a time when you had a phone and you had a camera.
I remember those days. I'm not that young.
You had a phone and you had a camera. They were two different things. Now they're all one thing. And I don't think there's ever been so many pictures taken in the history of the world, especially the selfie. Which, you know, what does that say about us as a nation? The selfie. Love myself?
Yep.
Uh-huh. Okay. Well, if you love yourself so much, stop putting that poison in your body. You know what I mean? Stop putting the poison in there. Those people that you're buying that synthetic stuff from, man, they are not chemists. They're not pharmacists. They have no idea what the stuff they're selling is. All they're trying to do is make $1. Okay? And so they could sell you some plaster powder, and you'd buy it, and if it cooked up or whatever it is you do to it, you inject it or sniff it or whatever it is you're doing. And you know, there's that old saying, when you are what you eat. Same thing is that you are what you ingest into your body. So when you see all those pictures of those sores and stuff coming out, that's because that stuff does not belong in your body, and it's trying to get out wherever it can get out. And it ain't pretty. It ain't none of them pretty at all. So stop putting stuff in your body that you buy from some dude or some chick off the street that you don't even know. You know, you don't know if they got if they're like what them people, Helter Skelter, and them people that killed all them people.
Dr. Kevorkian or something?
No, who's Helter Skelter? And Mason. What's his name? The guy the Helter Skelter guy. Oh my God, where am I at? I'm in a room.
Charlie Manson?
Charlie Manson. Thank you. Don would know.
Yeah, I wouldn't have got that.
Yeah, you know, you don't know whether this guy's got some kind of, who's the other guy? Don
other
go watch.
guy.
The guy that was Damien that used to eat people. Dahmer, Jeffrey Dahmer. You don't know if these guys have got some kind of weird kind of death wish for you. That they're selling this stuff and they're just waiting to hear that this other person died.
So that was my scary point, was 2 weeks ago doing the food thing, seeing recent previous associates
Yeah,
selling stuff
right.
here, knowing that like even at that point what they were doing,
Do you want
and
your
now
seat
knowing
back?
that they're scooting around on a bike and are trying to feed their own habit, and you can't even imagine
what they would cut that stuff with to stretch it. Uh.
And these are meth people, so you already start with garbage, like you're going.
Yeah, it's garbage coming out of the bathtub.
Do you want your seat back?
No, you're good. My hair's still messed up.
Mine is.
It's garbage coming out of the bathtub.
Oh my God, but I think that like one day I thought like he was, you know, hustling around, and now
Keep
you're.
talking, T-Bone.
I need to keep talking?
Yes.
Why?
You can't
Because,
hear her.
oh, you can't be heard. Why are you talking so much way over there anyway? Anyway,
You can swap out if you wanted
anyhow,
to. Still looking for Sean.
we're still, now Sean is gone.
Sean is gone.
He's gone. He left.
All right.
Sean has left the building.
You wanna look at it the same now, if you're ready for that one.
Okay, yeah,
I'm not in it anymore.
yeah.
Get to say,
Always give without remembering, and always receive without forgetting. Always give without remembering. Always receive without forgetting. I mean, you know, isn't it always the simple things? I mean, isn't that simple a quote as you can get? Always give without remembering, and always receive without forgetting. You know, that's a simple thing. Don't give because you're looking for something in return. Give because it's the right thing to do. You know, and when somebody has been generous to you, never forget that. You know, I said to Pastor today, like I was saying, it's like those people are so grateful that there's enough gratitude to pass down to that person that planted that seed, all the way through the person that hands it to me off of the truck. You know, it's amazing. And then the other part of it is the amazing feeling of being blessed to be a blessing.
That's the part, like knowing that like we can bring it into this community area just out of our time. You know, we thankfully with all them and their work, but to bring it here is.
Yeah, to bring it here is
Yeah, it's a.
a blessing.
It's a blessing.
You know, I don't know how else to call it. Okay, here's another one. I'm all over them today. It's quote day. 10 years from now, you'll laugh at whatever's stressing you out today. So why not laugh now? That's from Mr. Robbins. Yeah, but it ain't gonna take 10 years. You know, you could be laughing tomorrow about what was stressing you out today, and you can look at yourself and say, wow, why was I so bent out of shape about pretty much nothing?
I think that comes on us to where we were talking as far as bringing things into perspective, and once you start getting your head right and you can actually step back and put them into perspective, you
Yeah.
can better account for them or move forward with them. Still a process, but makes it a little easier without being radical. That'd be the
Irrational.
word. Irrational?
Yeah,
Eradical?
eradical. No, that go with
Eradical,
that.
irrational.
Go with eradical.
Put down the knee-jerk reactions. Step back for a minute.
Yeah, that's true. That is so true. I'm in total agreement.
That's what I'm learning. Absolutely. We're working on some things right now that I've learned that I have to just step back on and breathe.
Just breathe.
Breathe.
Anyway, when you get into a tight place
Mm.
and everything goes against you until it seems as though you cannot hang on a minute longer,
Hey, Mario.
never give up then, for that's just the place and time that the tide will turn. Wow.
Mm.
Real, true,
Facts.
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 You know, it's a story, right, about 6 inches from gold. Guy was sold all his stuff in New York, had sold all his stuff, and back in, I guess it was, what was it, 1940s, whatever, they had the gold rush, and went out to got involved in the gold rush. Got lucky, found a nice vein of gold, got rich, brought a bunch of more equipment, and went out to buy more gold, because that's the way we are, right? You gotta have more. You
Keep
know?
going back to the scraps table.
Yeah, gotta have more.
And try it again.
That is called almost like greed. But anyway, he had to have more, and so he brought all his equipment, and then his vein of gold ran out, and he went on and on and on, and trying to keep digging and finding, and never found it again, and ended up having to sell all his stuff, and gave up, and went back to New York, and was defeated. And then another young miner came right behind where he was digging, and 6 inches from where this guy stopped, they found the biggest vein of gold in the history of the gold mine.
It was like right here and right here.
Yeah,
You-
6
you-
inches.
You had like, oh,
If the guy had gone 6 inches more,
almost made it. Right there.
and that's how our discovery is, right? Our recovery, our wellness. It is like, you get almost there, and you quit, and you say, God, this is too tough. I can't take the pain. It's just easier to just go ahead and take another chance, because that's what it is every time these days. This is gone past Russian roulette. I guess it's still kind of like Russian roulette, except in Russian roulette there's only one bullet in the chamber.
And
Okay.
I guess when you bring it up like that other one time, I've been through detox so many times that if you'd like give it that one more chance, like eventually, once your mind and you're actually ready to do it, that time will work. But it takes that time. It takes that. It is a Russian roulette, the same as you're chancing your life every time you use, and sometimes it takes multiple times through trying to get sober that it takes. So you got to fight either way. You're either going backwards or you're going forward. You're either fighting this way or this way.
Keep fighting.
Keep
I
fighting.
can't. They're saying I can't save you if you won't stand up, because you're drowning in 2 feet of water.
You're right there.
Stand up. If you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. And as my favorite, one of my favorite top 2 or 3 motivational speakers, Les Brown would say, is that too many of us are not living our dreams because we are living our fears. False evidence appearing real. There's a couple other ones, but that's mine. False evidence appearing real is fear. You are stressing yourself. You're playing mental suicide, emotional suicide with yourself based on something that doesn't even exist yet. You're making it up. And I told you yesterday about the Miss Saigon and that song, The Movie in My Mind. Well, you are the producer, you're the director, you're the star, you're the cleanup crew, you're the audience. You are all those people in your life. Take charge. I did a movie back in the day with Barbara Streisand called The Mirror Has Two Faces. And on that movie, she was all those things. She was producer, she was director, and she starred in it. And she did them all extremely well. The film turned out to be great. And she was a
You've
very
said very
nice,
nice things about it.
she was a magnificent person to work with. All the years of charm and all that, they're there. All the charm, the life, they're there. Anyway, you can do it all. You have to do it all. Nobody's going to do it for you.
Do the work.
Nobody's going to do it for you. I can. There's the one thing I can guarantee you is that.
You didn't wake up to be mediocre, and
Ain't no mediocre.
You're not gonna get any different if you don't try.
Who that said that? T.I. ain't no mediocre?
Yes.
Oh, still no Sean. He's gone on.
I gotta go. I'll be back.
He's gone on.
Love y'all.
Did I hear him? What was
No,
that, Don?
no.
Okay. Like, what was that?
Trying to cue up commercials.
He
Okay.
was screaming for help.
Oh. Throwing up commercials.
Hey,
Yeah,
Mario.
the recovery room. Hey, Mario, how you doing, brother? Hope all is well with you. The recovery room is brought to you by...
Come on, Don, I guess.
Yeah, we're trying to keep you on top of your game here. You're welcome.
.com, the website that's dedicated to connecting our armed forces and first responders to businesses that appreciate their valor. For more information, go to POWarriors.com or call 336 Your Warriors, protecting our warriors that protect us.
Hammock Haven. Spice up your next event with the Hammock Haven Experience. To find out more, go to thehammockhaven.com or call 941-201-5226. The Hammock Haven. Chillax a minute.
Yeah.
Every day.
Yeah, very good. That was nice. Thank you.
I need some sun. That actually sounds very nice right now.
Yeah.
I could go
Listen,
for that.
Hold on. I got something.
Hold on.
This is there's a friend of ours that's in our Facebook family, and I guess her handle is shut her here. Her handle is it Hippie Chick?
Oh, happy to, yeah.
Yeah. Hippie Chick sent this one to me today,
Thank you.
and I like this one. No, it's not that one. Not this one. When people ask, "What do you do?" Tell them, "Whatever it takes." That's it. That's it for me today, right? And that's it in your recovery, right? When somebody asks you, "How did you do it?" What did you do to do it? Everything. I did everything. I did everything I was told to do. I did some things I wasn't told to do.
I was gonna say that come along with it.
I just was actively involved in trying to get that silverback gorilla off of my back.
Yeah.
And there's that answer to that. And so that's one of my new favorites. I'll be showing that one every day. And it was by Big Thinker.
I love that one. Do whatever it takes. And it
Yeah.
takes it.
You know,
The decision to do it.
absolutely,
It takes it.
absolutely.
And I think the other like epiphany on the other side is that once you get through the initial, maybe you say withdrawals or you get to the point that you start living the days that it's like, oh, I'm on day 3. Oh, I didn't use today. Oh, I didn't drink today. Wow, I can do this.
Yeah.
And it's there, and you can.
It's tangible.
It's weird. I mean, it's a weird feeling, but
Yeah.
it's there.
It's a good weird though.
Oh, it's great.
Yeah.
It's great.
Well, did Sean ever come back?
Nope.
Not that you know of. Anyway, we'll put this last one up for me, please. This is Romans 5:3. You can go and check it out for yourself. That'll give you a reason to open up your Bible. That's good. It says, "We can rejoice too when we run into troubles and trials, for we know that they help us develop endurance." Yeah, and that's the truth. You know, that's how I don't know. That's how I feel about my discovery, recovery, wellness kind of deal. Is because I right now I can run this race. I know I can run it, and in fact I know I can win it because I've already won it. So what I want you guys to know, and I tell you this every day, and I'm gonna tell you today, you guys, if you're an addict and you were chosen to be an addict, I'll say that you're the chosen, and you become one of those 9%ers. You know, my 9%ers are those 9% of the people that make it a year or more into their discovery, recovery, wellness. Because 91% of the people don't make it that first year. In fact, most relapse within the 30 days, with the first 30 days, and then most within the first 2 or 3 days, and that's just the way it is. So 91% of the people never make it through recovery, but 9% do, and those 9% go on to be like wonderful people doing wonderful things in the world. You guys are miracles, and don't let anybody tell you any differently. You are a miracle. You're like Lazarus. You're like Jesus. You have come back to life from a certain death. You know?
Been dead.
Been dead. You didn't even know you was dead. That's how dead you was. You didn't even know it.
That was the one, I post something about, you know, the day you can get sober, the day you can get clean, you get back to you. And just everybody wants you. Yeah, and
That's all they want.
Yeah. It's huge, and I think when you're in
Minute or two left. Thank you guys so much for tuning in as usual. Wherever you are around the world, and that's a beautiful thing. We got a worldwide audience.
all the way around. Oh, that was there. Jeez, that was beautiful. If you're the parent of an addict, never stop loving them. Always have hope. Learn to let go, and then hold on for dear life.
Yeah, right. It's gonna be right.
It's not only your fight. It's not only theirs. But when you say it takes a village,
Yeah.
hold on, help somebody, call somebody, support somebody. Everybody needs it.
Well, certainly it's not your aptitude that determines your altitude. It is your attitude. So let it be one of kindness, love, and compassion, and empathy, and wellness, and gratitude, and just all of those words that are positive, have positive connotations. And if you can do a little bit, spread a little bit of that around the world, then I think you've done your job. Recovery room, peacing out. Peacing out. What is it?
You sailed away and left me with nothing to say. You already knew I would come searching anyway. So I sailed across the sea to see if you were there waiting for me, but you were not. So I sailed back with a broken heart. I waited till 3 to see if you would come looking for me, but you did not. So I fell